Hey there, it's Ben, the waterfall guy, exploration guy. Today, no waterfalls. I'm going for some massive boulders that are in the middle of nowhere. So I'm lucky enough that I know enough explorers that sometimes they'll send me places that wasn't on my radar. This is one of those. This guy, Chris Sinclair, I think he's from Sherbrooke or the area around Sherbrooke. Sorry, Chris. Sent me a picture a few years ago. Massive boulders in the middle of the woods, and if you look at the satellite imagery around there, there's way more than just these ones, and I'm sure he's been to maybe more. So to get here, what I've done is I've taken that Sonora road, and then off of it there's a dirt road that leads up to a communications tower. So I took that, and almost at the tower there's an old woods road that's now more of an ATV path that starts to lead in the right direction. So wish me luck. I think it's going to be a good one. Yeah, so far so good. I left the ATV track when it kind of just ended, and then started to bushwhack through. It's not the most pleasant bushwhack you'll ever do. I mean, it's kind of waist to shoulder high shrubs, but you know, it's not bad either. I don't know, on a scale to 1 to 10, call it probably like an 8 or so. I'm starting to see some good stuff in the distance, so I hope it's going to be a great day. So I kind of finally came out a little bit from the dense brush, and now it's quite open actually. Lots of big boulders everywhere. They're covered with moss and lichens, so you got to be careful. And I actually spot now the big rock. I think there's going to be more today, but this one really stands out. I mean, this is a GoPro, so in the distance it'll look small, but right in front there is what I'm aiming for. So I'm getting really close to that feature. I see it right in front of me. There's one thing here that I knew was going to come in the way. There's kind of a stream. Here it's really deep. I'm hoping over there it might narrow. There might be a tree down or something, but it's right there. So I did cross the river. There was one spot that had a couple of fallen logs, so I could go across. And now on the other side of this river, I'm finding this path, well-worn path. No flagging tape or anything, but I'm sure this is for the locals that go to that big rock here. It leads to a lake that's in the back of Sherbrooke, so you need a boat to reach that trailhead, versus my route is just pure bushwhacking. And if you don't find this trail, you might have a hard time finding the big rock, just because once you're close into the woods, everything closes up on you, and you might not see a big feature, although this one is huge. Look at this one. Yeah, it's big. So behind me is that huge boulder. Like, I've seen a lot of big erratics in Nova Scotia, but I think this might be the biggest one yet. There's even like an eagle's nest or osprey nest at the top, which is awesome. Have a look here. And the best part too is from my car, dirt road, ATV path, bushwhack, crossing the river here, half an hour. So, I mean, it is there. You are wanting to like bushwhacking a lot to come here. I'm going to explore more around. I've spotted some more on satellite imagery. Hopefully they pan out. Never stop exploring. Not the largest kind of cave system, but I mean, it's kind of cool. It's all the flakes from the big boulders have come together. Kind of looks a little bit at the bottom of Sora's end, but in a mini size. So I'm coming up to the second place I got waypoints for. I put a bunch in, and yeah, it's definitely a substantial boulder here in the middle of the woods. Doesn't seem like anybody's been here because nothing's been cut. Have a look here. So up here is one boulder I checked out up there. It was actually pretty good. Now I'm aiming for this one. Looks like a pretty decent size. This area has a lot of potential for boulders. A bit tricky to walk through though, but still a great exploration. Kind of great track. I think you know, deers, they don't like bushwhacking, so they tend to go over and over a certain spot, right? Great trail. If you can find one, follow it as much as you can, then veer off at the last moment. So another giant boulder in that Sonora area. It's quite big. I mean, you really want to come here big time. The bushwhack alone is pretty intense. Not impossible, just intense. And it's a good enough size boulder, that's for sure. Hey, definitely some harder bushwhacking here. On a scale of 10, of course, can't be 10 because then I can't hold a camera, but this is getting to be about 9.